Lima was on a 6-game win streak, a 6-set win streak.
I want to say it was a reverse 3-0, that Anarchy Lima most recent one.
Yeah.
Anarchy's put a lot of time and effort into this matchup. He knows how important it is, right, to be successful here. You're always going to have to go through Lima at these events just because they're always together. So we will see what he has in store, if he can continue, create a streak of his own, or if Lima's going to take back the mantle in this case.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Both these characters kill very early. Good STI right there. Didn't get this in that far. Finds the up tilt back air. Nice. And Lima's starting off strong here. Missing. Yeah. No, that's a little rough. You don't expect top players to miss those too often either.
Not really, you know. Yeah, that's definitely a big rarity. I doubt we'll see it again the rest of this set.
Yeah, but you know, there's probably gonna be some really interesting stuff coming on here. I imagine, you know, down tilt fair might not be frame perfect, so we might see a lot of bats with ends out of that and everything. So it should be interesting to keep an eye out. You know, but Lima starting off, you know, already lapping 1% and everything. And Greninja, you know, definitely not the best on shield. So I imagine Bayo up B is very good.
Yeah, I think you're totally right. They're not spacing everything properly. But one thing here, right, we talked about a little bit about Anarchy putting in the work at Redshift. Lima looks like they put in the work as well.
I imagine the VODs have been studied.
Absolutely.
I mean, I probably go look at it, it's probably like 1,000 views, and probably half of them are these two.
Exactly.
Oh, you know, we're looking at, you know, this is jab. I imagine we'll see that pretty soon, but from Greninja will kill.
Yeah, definitely.
But probably gonna see like a bait for, you know, jab to jab, or maybe like a back air. I'll go back air here. Ooh. Oh, fancy mix right there, but we're back into it. I will say, Anarchy has been living pretty long on some of these stocks we've seen today. I think we've definitely seen from Crest win 70 twice now.
Yeah. But again, for Greninja, not really a character you usually think of as having that kind of longevity. I guess they have the evasiveness, and maybe that plays a role.
I think also Bayo can kill, but
that is definitely a part of
I've definitely seen Lima take Peabnut to 300%.
Wow.
I was like, what is this, sudden death out here? We're at 215 on Greninja, you know. Definitely not a heavy character, but that is.
Yeah, that jab.
Exploded, yeah.
Lima up 3 stocks to 1 here in game 1. Definitely showing, right, that they taking it very seriously compared to that last.
But find the fair.
Yeah, they want to win this.
Lima, no stranger to playing slow though, so
yeah,
you know, all the time in the world here.
Yeah, exactly. 4 minutes. Don't rush it. At worst, you're getting more info for next game.
Honestly, timeout kind of based.
That low-key, if you subscribe to VGBootCamp, you get a timeout emote. That's all I know. So
no ads as well.
No ads.
You won't be put in timeout.
Oh, I like that. That's good. All right. Good job. We see you.
But yeah, I feel like Lima's really taking a lot of these hits to the bank. And there's still a mountain to climb here, but Greninja can kill pretty early. You know, there's some like very interesting S-match stuff, but also like, you know, one shadow sneak.
Exactly. The shadow sneaks. If you're caught sleeping at the wheel, it is over for you. Time there.
Good tech. But like 110%, hard to come back. We're almost at rapid jab kill percent again. We probably are there.
Yeah.
But goes for a let's jump. Oh, just get out of there. Yep. APK away. There. Oh,
I like that.
Down air.
Yeah.
Not quite kill. I wonder if they could have like turned it around and still.
That's a good question.
Probably not, but it'd be interesting to lab. Up throw, not gonna kill. The eye check right there though. Look, it's still on the table.
100%. Oh, and that not gonna kill, but gonna get him in an offstage position.
It's always hard to like watch, be like, well, oh wow.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do it.
Raw.
Love
right.
Like, sometimes you just gotta do it. Especially when you're up a full stock, like you have that license to, you know, kind of throw some stuff out there. Especially like, do you expect to get really punished for that? You know, are they ready for it? Clearly not in that case. So.
No, I will say, Lima and Dylan came with the fits today. You know,
absolutely.
That tie that Lima has on, incredible.
That's a nice tie.
Yeah, the new haircut as well.
Yeah, you can tell. That's the other thing about this, right? Not only did everyone get the fits, but you can tell got the shape up on the beard, looking fresh, looking clean. Got to make sure that
Match with the gameplay, the fresh and clean gameplay.
I love it. So fresh, so clean. And Lima's definitely bringing that in game 1, and Anarchy's gonna try and do that game 2 here.
Yeah. But here we are. We got. Apparently this isn't. It wasn't a stage thing, is what Dylan's saying. He said we can go back. Jab. Actually, no punish, but I guess that's the Greninja not having out of field.
Their biggest weakness. In general, their mobility is good, but they don't have to be in shield that
jump
much.
here. Oh yeah. Hey.
Oh wow.
Wow. Great punish with the actually getting the air dodge to push away and everything. Here we are though.
Let's see if Lima can answer back on that.
But we saw a pretty commanding win last game, so I imagine it's not gonna be hard. And it was an early stock, but the percent was there already.
Exactly, and now we're kind of getting the comeback here, if you will. Lima doing their best to get this kill. Don't want to take too much extra percent, but here we have the lead trap beginning for Anarchy.
I think it's super. I think this has always been one of my favorite aspects of Bayonetta, but the wings coming out on the double jump is always so cool to me.
It is. I think oh.
It's fine. It's Bayonetta.
Yes. What happened?
But this is putting yourself in a precarious situation. Going versus Greninja in the corner is not ideal. But for that smash dead, yeah.
Catching the roll. Yeah, great answer back here in game 2 from Anarchy. Just playing really patient, right? I think that's kind of what I'm noticing here is really I think one of the differences between a good player and a top player is really understanding not only how you get your hits, but how do you avoid hits. In this case, not quite avoiding that hit and getting
a little laugh from
there.
Lima laughed over there, and Dylan had this look of what the heck just happened on my face. But it's not impossible. But I will say, coming back as Bayo can be difficult sometimes.
Yeah, she's generally a character I feel like that swing second, and when you're forced to kind of be the one making the approaches, it can be a little bit tough.
Especially
you really want people to jump into
Greninja, who likes to play slow as well for a lot of times.
Exactly, and he can stay grounded because they have a good burst option on the ground with that dash attack. They don't have to be up in the air to approach.
So, but it's a good answer back, and I'm wondering if we'll stay stages this whole time or something.
Yeah, it's a good question. Obviously, we see that Anarchy totally fine with the small battlefield, and maybe for a good reason.
Yeah.
But we'll see if Lima feels the same way after this.
Ooh,
but
which
time
and the F smash to kill. Wow.
That's perfect. The perfect confirm. That's exactly what we needed to do.
Yeah, and coming where they need it the most. They haven't taken too much percent, and now they're already racking some back on. They're still a kill percent. It's a little scary, but Bayonetta, really good character.
100%.
I think we've seen a rise of, just like we were talking about earlier with Luigi's. We've seen
absolutely
return of Geist, Lima, popping off. We had Tompi and
Tompi had a really great peak. Hopefully they can come and kind of
back
reestablish that. Yeah.
But this is I don't know if this will do it. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, well.
I figured that there would be more of a chance to DI that move, but 1-1.
Yeah, Anarchy taking it here.
We have a set on our hands.
Again, looking dapper. Not that you can see him anymore, but there he is. He's back. Looking good with that $3,000 suit on Anarchy. Wow. And Lima contemplating, kind of understanding what needs to change. The thing about Bayonetta, sometimes you just need to go back to it.
Yeah.
You have that damage output. You have that just the ability to control the pace of so many matchups. And sometimes you just need to
big battlefield. Let's go.
All right, guys, grab 6 of your friends, 7 of your friends, and let's go ahead and hop on big battlefield. Let's go.
Yeah. But we are getting Kalos.
Interesting.
Very interesting thing about both of the stage. Both these characters have a wall queen.
We'll see how that comes out to play.
Yeah, I don't know if that will really come out to play, but I think it's very interesting, the characters that do have wall clings and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
Diddy.
I guess it makes sense. Yeah, Diddy's with this welcoming. It's always interesting who they decide gets these little small advantages on these kind of stages.
Yeah. Well, we saw earlier that Anarchy really liked FD. This character's FD, or the stage is FD-esque. Oh, I like that recovery angle right there, going out and in. But I don't think we'll see some of the drag downs that we saw earlier. But obviously, there's a reason that Lima chose this stage. Maybe a little bit mix up the recovery. I'm really interested to see.
Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe it's you know, getting extensions off the side with that platform. Maybe you're able to do something.
That's very true. It could be scary.
Yeah, yeah.
There it is.
You are to that the side there, and those platforms help.
It's a beautiful down tilt right there. You know, like we've seen the last two games, Lima starting off really strong. This might be dead.
Just walking forward with that space, but not
no
quite.
jump, but just goes right back to stage. Said, I'm out of there. But yeah, not quite. You know, maybe a little bit more rage, maybe like 1 or 2 more hits.
Definitely would happen now, but not getting the sweet spot of the back end.
Fair 1, 2, 3.
Almost at 200 again. Not a big deal, especially when you get those dual dares.
And sent the back way.
Yeah, right. Either way, it was killing, so not a big deal there, but I'm sure it's frustrating when it does send the back way when it only kills it towards the front.
Yeah, but you know, we got a lead for Lima, and we saw whenever Lima had the lead in game 1, really took it to the bank. So I feel like this is a very snowballing matchup. From what we've witnessed so far,
right? And
I'm interested to see. And like, no good falling out right there, but we come back to stage. Back fine, yeah. Bayonetta, it's either they kill themselves or they always come back. There's no in between.
That's exactly the case.
But we might see a Bayonetta. We haven't seen Bayonetta attacks yet.
Right.
Yeah, we can dash attacking out into the streets right now.
I think about this matchup as well. Hasn't come up in a moment, but I'm thinking about ledge trapping from Greninja's point of view. Like, there's just so many different options of mix-ups from Bayo on ledge that you aren't really seeing too much value after the ledge trap. But let's see if he's able to get one here.
I will say, and what we haven't seen it much either is ABK from ledge, and it's probably because Greninja's too short.
Yeah, you're not going to hit. You're probably going to get up smashed onto for it if you do it to Anarchy.
Oh, and we're up, and we're back down. But you know, we're still looking to find that first stock from Lima and everything, and Lima finding the second one. Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, I think that, to your point, right, that's how each of these games have gone. Like, game 1, heavily Lima's favor, and now game 2 is definitely in Anarchy's. Right now, it's still in Lima's favor, but Anarchy does answer back with one and trying to get a little cheeky kill.
That was a jump, yeah. Being able to store that jump with a triple jump and stuff like that is really good for Bayonetta.
And now just waiting on the ledge.
Got all day. 3 minutes.
Yeah, hey,
let's keep going.
You know the vibe.
I actually do think, you know, there's some like controversy, but like timeouts can be fun. I think when you get that last minute,
yeah,
and like it gets starting to get close and everything.
Yeah, like a close timeout is one of the most exciting like last 30 seconds of any game.
Yeah.
It's just that the rest of the game sometimes can be a little bit tough to get through, but the hypeness at the end is a lot of times is worth it.
Oh, went for the shadow thing. I think that would have killed Loki.
Yeah, it just might have.
Bayo, not the heaviest of characters. Really went for that down smash, but doesn't find it. But now we're at 120, and we saw earlier it was about 140 or so to kill with the jab. So we still need a few more hits, but we're almost there.
Kill, but asking to get them to the percent where the next jab will.
Yeah, we'll just have to learn about staling and everything, but Lima playing very slow right now. I'm out of there. See ya. Oh, and
but getting tech.
Oh, I'm actually surprised he didn't go for the downward one.
Yeah,
but no, it would have been a stock trade if that was the case. But yeah, that was a great tech, and nice to go back here.
The ledge jump. Lima up 2-1 on Anarchy here.
Yep.
In the winner semis, our first top 8 match so far.
Yep. So I wonder if we'll go back to small battlefield. We might look at maybe an FD here. I don't know.
Yeah, I could definitely see an FD pick, but not sure if we were to hear it there. But Maybe, yeah, maybe, I think it's one of those two. Maybe just about the small. You already want to set you know, a match on there.
Yeah.
You're showing you can do it. I feel like I would, if I was Lima, obviously I'm not. So I guess I didn't even go there. I would be banned in small battlefield, but there's a reason that I'm on the mic. Lima's on the stream.
Yeah. Lima's got that top 16 in the world. But
Yeah,
Lima
different.
is also our seed 1 today. So.
Right. They are the favorite in every single match that they will have today. And so far they've won every single one.
Yeah.
And now let's see if they can wrap up this here game 4 back to small battlefield as we were expecting
And
there.
we only saw this stage become a problem whenever Lima was in, like, at the stock deficit. It was not because of the, like, I don't think the stage really had the issue
Right.
here, which is fine, and which is why we're probably back.
Yeah, no big deal. Just get this, get the first stock, and that's you know, the biggest part of it. Just great covering the high recovery.
Yeah, I like the way these two like play around each other. So you can clearly tell they've played a lot. But like especially with the way that they recover and everything, you know, because a lot of players would probably freak out if they start getting, you know, edge guarded the way this is.
Oh yeah. But you just have to, you know, like when you're safe and when you're not, because they played so much.
Yeah.
You know, not just in bracket, but outside of bracket. They definitely are very, very familiar. Ooh. Really good maneuvering around that. I always love Lima's just willing to just rip that sometimes. Like, there's no real downside. You don't.
Yeah, you're at 35%.
Really
I don't think Greninja can really do anything to kill you unless you like help with that.
Exactly.
But we see, you know, it's hard for Dylan to find these openings. And like I said earlier, that's what I was talking about. Like, if these fairs aren't frame perfect, the bats at the end's just gonna come out. And oh my lord! And he has his hands up. He's like, what? Yeah. Which I mean, I love it. Like, go, shoot for the stars. You know.
Yeah.
You know, it's just it makes sense. And like, it also looked a little weird because it like. I don't know if it didn't shield poke, but
yeah, but it almost did as if it did, but
yeah.
You probably just dropped shield there, but
finds the up smash at 80.
Yeah, just chill.
Yeah. But you know, already starting to back off with the, you know, that dash tag did not gain any benefit. We're at 70, climbing now 88.
So strong on hit.
Won 2 interactions and took it 100.
Yeah, now you're just concerned that every hit could be the last for this time. Oh,
we're fine.
Yeah, I know it. You know, it feels like.
And we're fine again.
It feels like you know, if you play like a character that is not like that, like Bayo, you're like, oh my god, like they're dead. And it's just no, that just a mix up.
I feel like this is more of an offstage fighter in this matchup than a platform fighter.
Yes.
Oh, and we're just on the other side now.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we made it. Hydro pump over.
Yeah. And it's really great to see the masters of their craft here. You know?
Yeah, two of the 3 absolute best players in the Carolinas.
Yeah.
No real debate there. Along with Peabnut.
But
and Lima's looking to take this. And
looking pretty strong. And Lima, whenever they've had the stock lead, it's been a stranglehold on it. Like.
Exactly, and they're trying to get a stranglehold on winners finals and this tournament, and they're trying to do that here by not letting it go to game 5. Let's not give, you know, Anarchy any hope, any dreams. Let's just get this win here now.
I like the way they're playing this with the stage control aspect, and they're like, oh, I'll just dash back, and if you take control, if not, I'll just take back the stage control and everything. Yeah, really solid fundamental play right here.
A lot of respect.
Oh,
wow, just popped him up perfectly at that percent, right from the ledge. And
honestly, if he was raw, he would have done the forward throw and then just down smash.
True.
I would like to see a down smash kill. I think that's fun to watch. But you know, we're at 80% climbing still.
Just the tech getting punished for that roll as well.
Also, great awareness of like Lima to know how to get to that ABK right there.
Right.
But we're still about 30% off of that kill percent for jab or so. We don't have a lot of rage. But up tilt back air actually very might kill here.
Yeah, that back air is very strong for Bayo. Yeah, that's what they're going to be looking for. But Anarchy is putting up a fight here.
This is still winnable. Like, Greninja, we saw it killed at 70 earlier, killed at 80. I think they've died sub 100 every stock.
Yeah.
But finds the up tilt back air. Does not quite do it, doesn't hit the sweet spot. But, you know, we're at 155, so these jabs are looking good right here.
And there it is.
Yeah. I feel like it's such a bait to roll in on Bayonetta at this
it's
percent.
hard. Yeah, like it feels like what decision is there to make? Like where can you go, and yeah, just Lima able to react to that that roll and just get the kill for that with those jabs. So
Lima taking it 3-1, moves on to winners finals.
absolutely.
Great stuff. Both players looked great. Great things from Anarchy, showing that they could capitalize in the moments that they needed to.
Definitely.
But